Liam sat in a small co-working cafe in Singapore, sipping coffee while typing lines of code on his laptop. He wasn't a physicist, but lately the term quantum computing seemed to follow him everywhere, from business meetings to tech conferences, from podcasts to dinner conversations. People spoke about it like it was magic, a force that would reshape the world. But for Liam, the real question was simpler. How will it change my daily life? His friend May, a researcher at a technology lab, invited him to see a prototype quantum computer. When he entered the chilled, glass-enclosed room, he saw a machine that looked more like an art installation than a computer. A chandelier of golden wires, circuits, and coils. May smiled and said, "This is where the future begins. Not in theory, but in practice." As she explained, Liam realized that quantum computing wasn't just faster. It was different. Traditional computers process bits as 0 or 1, but quantum computers use qubits, which can exist as both 0 and 1 simultaneously. This strange property, called superposition, allows them to explore millions of possible solutions at once. It was like comparing a narrow road to a universe of highways. But what fascinated Liam wasn't the science itself. It was the possibility. May told him about projects where quantum computing helped design new medicines by simulating molecules faster than ever, optimize shipping routes to reduce fuel waste, and even protect data through unbreakable encryption. Quantum computing, she said, was not just about power, it was about precision and problem solving. Liam began to see that the impact wasn't distant. It was already unfolding quietly, piece by piece, in industries around him. A few weeks later, Liam began working on a logistics app for his company. Inspired by May's explanations, he started reading about how quantum algorithms could improve transportation networks. He discovered that major cities were already testing small-scale systems using quantum-inspired software to manage traffic flow. These systems predicted congestion before it happened and adjusted signals in real time. Suddenly, quantum no longer sounded abstract. It sounded practical. He shared his ideas during a team meeting, suggesting ways to integrate quantum simulations into future updates. Some colleagues were skeptical, thinking it was still science fiction, but others were intrigued. Together, they explored partnerships with research labs that offered quantum cloud services, allowing developers to access quantum computers remotely. Liam smiled, realizing how much the world had changed. You didn't need to own a quantum machine to use one. You just needed imagination. One night, while walking home, he noticed a hospital billboard advertising AI-assisted quantum drug discovery. He thought of May's words, "The future begins in practice." It struck him how seamlessly advanced science was blending into everyday systems. Health, energy, education, even weather forecasting. In another conversation, May mentioned how quantum computing could help farmers. By simulating soil chemistry and predicting rainfall patterns with high accuracy, it could guide planting schedules and reduce waste. The technology, though invisible to most, was quietly shaping the rhythm of modern life. Liam realized that the term quantum wasn't about complexity, it was about connection. It was humanity's next step toward solving challenges once thought impossible. Months later, Liam and May met again at an international technology summit. The theme was Everyday Quantum. On stage, speakers discussed how quantum computing would transform cybersecurity, sustainable energy, and global finance. But what captured everyone's attention was a presentation showing how it could revolutionize education. Imagine, the speaker said, a world where language learning apps could simulate the brain's neural patterns, or where AI models could translate meaning across languages instantly, powered by quantum-level precision. After the event, Liam reflected on how far they had come. Just a year ago, he could barely pronounce superposition. Now, he was part of a generation learning to live with technologies that merged science and imagination. He understood that the true magic of quantum computing wasn't about replacing humans. It was about enhancing human potential. Back at the cafe, Liam opened his laptop again. As he coded, he thought about the unseen layers of computation shaping his reality, the financial models, medical research, and weather predictions that might already rely on quantum logic. The line between the digital and physical worlds was fading, replaced by collaboration between data, energy, and creativity. Quantum computing, he realized, wasn't a mystery anymore. It was a mirror reflecting human curiosity, our desire to go deeper, think faster, and connect ideas that once seemed impossible. The story of quantum computing wasn't about machines. It was about people like May, like himself, and like anyone willing to look at the world not as it is, but as it could be.